So the problem with a lot of people is they don't notice what Trump and the Republicans are doing until it affects them. Us here at Pragmotiv and other individuals on the left have been saying this since the beginning of this ICE shit. They are not going to stop at, quote, illegals. When they get tired of going after immigrants, they are going to start coming after Americans. Hell, they was already disappearing Americans. But some people didn't pay attention because it was brown people and they had already made up in their minds that they weren't Americans. But in all actuality, some of them ended up being Americans. And guess what? That's not the case anymore. And I'm going to tell you why. But first, just a quick reminder. Hit the subscribe button and enable notifications. It really helps us bring you more stories like this. This is Kameron Williams, and welcome to Pragmotiv News.
Whoa. You don't know what's going on, so get the let go! Let go! Let go! Yeah, they're doing their job while they're covering their mask.
Take them fucking masks off. Shit works on my nerves. There you see a 19-year-old teenager who is not an illegal being chased and hunted by ICE for no reason at all. This is an American citizen who didn't do anything. Those masked idiots was chasing someone else into Walgreens and just decided to take him too, apparently. It's just straight profiling. And you know what? All they care about is arresting people. Arresting and abusing people, that's all they do. I want to know how many people did they do this to that just wasn't caught on video. I know they enjoy doing this shit because it's written all over their face. And if they actually cared about doing what was right, they wouldn't cover their faces. If they actually was doing something right, they wouldn't cover their faces. They know what they're doing is wrong. And if they actually, and I'm thinking about this as I'm talking about it. If they would actually do just a little bit of investigatory work, they would have found out that he was a citizen. And I've heard some people say, just go get a passport. Who the fuck got $200 to just go to the damn post office and get a motherfucking passport so that shit like that don't happen to us? What the fuck I look like proving that I'm supposed to be here? I was born here. It's our fucking country. And it flies in the face of the Constitution to be stopped and asked, are you supposed to be here? So they shouldn't be doing that to us. And they shouldn't be doing that to someone who they think is an immigrant. Because what I've seen so far is them just profiling people. Because there's no way for you to tell that they're an immigrant. And I'm at a loss of words. Because I see this shit and it works on my nerves. And these asshole agents, they aren't seeking the truth. They just care about arresting and roughing up people for shits and giggles. That's what I could tell just from watching them every time they do this shit. So even if you were to try to present something like your passport or ID. Some agents will just continue being stupid and try to go through with the arrest. And while others will get all deflated and just let you go. But I still say, as an American citizen, I shouldn't have to. But there's just a lot of shit going through my mind as I'm sitting here filming this video. And I'm like, they are just not going to stop at who they perceive as immigrants. They're just going to keep going. Because a few months ago, we covered something like this on the Pragmotiv podcast. They hunted a man down, blew up his front door, flew a drone through his house with his wife and 2 young kids in there for what they claim is him ramming their car. But I saw the video. What actually happened was ICE stopped short. The ICE agent driving in front of them stopped short, and it caused a minor fender bender. And I think I remember from what I remember of the report, they stopped and talked about it. And then they went their separate ways. And then all of a sudden the next day they was at this man's door blowing it up. And the kick part is that he wasn't even there. He wasn't even in the house. Just his family was. And they did all that shit. And it wasn't even his fault. They terrorized this man's family for nothing. That's why I can't stand these motherfuckers. Fuck ICE. So y'all, it's up to us. We the people must end this shit. In the 2026 midterms, in the 2028 presidential election, the Republicans must lose the House and the Senate by a large enough margin to impeach and convict Kristi Noem, her plaster face ass. Then in 2028, we need to show up and show out and elect a new president who will appoint the right person to be Attorney General. So they will prosecute all of these ICE agents and DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, which is the agency ICE falls under, and Todd Lyons, who is the head of ICE. That is what needs to happen, because they are not going to stop. It was first Latinos and immigrants, citizens or not, legal or not. Now it's Black people. Next it could be anyone. Where will these maggots draw the line? As I'm saying that, I'm thinking, probably when it affects them or somebody they know. And by the time they decide to wake the hell up, it'll be way too late. So we have to act. We must overwhelm their numbers in the next election so we the people win and not them. That's all for now. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow at Pragmotiv News everywhere to stay pragmotivated. Also, you can find us across major platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Audible, and iHeartRadio so that you can listen to us even when you're on the go. So head on over there now and follow us and leave a review. It really helps us out. And until next time, peace.